Welcome back to Stardew Valley. I'm your host, longtime listener. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. You see in the bottom left there, our copper hoe is ready. So we'll try and swing by Clint's and pick that up at some point today. The spirits are somewhat annoyed, so it's not a very good luck day. Um, and you can see up there in the top left of the screen, our horse is here. We got our stable. Pierre gave us a recipe for a blueberry tart. So on the to-do list today, I said at the end of last episode, it's Sam's birthday, so we want to swing by and give him a gift. We got to pick up the hoe, and then I think we might go mining. Even though it's not a very good luck day, we have so many things that we need to craft that are going to require gold and coal and maybe even a little bit more copper. That we got to have that on the to-do list. So now our melons are ready. That's good. And our hops is also there that we got to pick up yet again. I think it grows every day after it reaches maturity. So you could have a serious hops and pale ale empire if you really wanted to, and it wouldn't even cost that much to do it. I don't know how profitable it turns out to be, but anyway. So we've got 23 melons. And we need 5 to be gold quality for the quality crops bundle. And as you can see there, we only got 4. And the reason that sucks is because I thought I had one more gold one already saved from the 2 that we planted at the beginning of the season. But we do not. With that harvest, we got a regular and a silver quality. And here I am, and I'm thinking like, okay, where's the 5th one? So I start scrounging through other cab chests looking for it, thinking, did I put it somewhere else? And it's not there. So I'll go ahead and tell you that now. And the reason that really stinks is because it is the 17th of summer. And it's a Wednesday. So Pierre's is closed. We can't even go buy, even if we wanted to, we couldn't go buy more melons to plant them today. And even if we could, we would need speed grow to even have a chance for them to grow fast enough to be able to harvest this season. So it stinks because, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but what that means is for the quality crops bundle, we will need 5 gold corn and 5 gold pumpkin if we're going to do it this year. So that kind of stinks, but we'll sell the melons because having 4 does me no good. We kept 1 more for a festival that's coming up in the fall, and we name our horse Seabiscuit because I really like the story of Seabiscuit. It's about overcoming, adversity, and if you have not seen the movie, read the book and then see the movie. They're both very good. I will say that. At least I thought so. But it's another one of those, book to movie concepts where I think the book really adds to the experience of the movie. So, anyway, whose birthday is it? Sam. Now, Sam's schedule is a little bit quirky sometimes, so I think my plan is to catch him when he comes out of work. He works at Joja Mart, and I believe he gets off at 4. And like before that, he's in his bedroom for the most part. So you either catch him on the way to work or on the way to work, at work, or on his way home. And we're, I think, going to try and catch him on the way home. So you see there, we talked to Clint, and he gives us the reward for catching all the ores that he wanted us to collect. And now we get our copper hoe, and now he's going to process some geodes for us. So we're keeping Clint busy here with stuff going on. There's 3 coal. That's good. Usually people are like, oh, coal, when you're cracking a geode. But to me, coal is one of the more underrated assets in this game. But maybe I'm just there's 3 more. Maybe you just need to try and get coal using the charcoal kilns more so than than I tend to use them for. I've almost never used charcoal kilns. But anyway, so we got a couple things to drop off here. Ooh, we got a reward, and there's an achievement, treasure trove. So however many gifts or things we donated there got us some sort of in-game achievement, so that's cool. And there is a scarecrow, or a rare crow, as they call them. And so we can pop that down on the farm at some point. Now, even though we have the horse, we're going to use the mine carts, because the plan here will be do some mining and then come back to town and go see Clint or Sam when he's getting off work. So, anywho, we are ready to go, and we're going to the bottom of the mines. So we're going to look for gold, and this will help us get deeper into the mines. And there are some rewards, you know. So for every 10 levels, you get a reward, and that's good. But it's just nice to kind of get to the bottom, so that the farther down you get, the more gold you tend to get. So, if we're going to make gold runs, I don't want to do it in like the top levels of the lava floors. I want to be in the bottom levels where there's more gold. There's gold in them there hills. And that's what we're looking for. So, and as you can see here, I'm hitting the red rocks and the gray rocks that drop stone. Those are the ones that I kind of seek out first, because I believe the red ones are the ones that are more likely to give you, you know, stuff. So there's that one, that color, that gives you rock, or stone, I should say. So we try and hit those, and then these gray ones like this, right there. And there's a mine cart full of coal, so that's good. So we're doing okay on our coal collection, at least. And I believe that stone over there to the right with the green stuff is a jade. And jade's good because you can sell them to the guy in the desert for staircases. And staircases are super valuable when you go to the mines in the desert. So we will want a bunch of jade, and the minute we get a crystallarium, jade's going in it, and we're going to start producing as many jades as we can. We'll even, if we have the resources to build another crystallarium, we're going to do it, put jade in that one too. I don't use, like a lot of people put like diamonds into the crystallarium, which is fine if money is what you're going for. But for right now, I don't really care about money. And ultimately, I really just don't care about money in general, because it's not that hard to come by once you get going. Your crops will give you plenty of money by themselves. So, we want resources so we can build stuff to make our farm even more awesome, using iridium sprinklers and those kinds of things. Having kegs, crystallariums, furnaces. We will have a lot of kegs, and we will have a lot of casks, and eventually what we'll be doing is making a bunch of wine and then letting it sit in the casks in our basement once we have a basement. And you can let it age for a while, and it gets better and better quality, and then when it's all ready to go, in terms of when it gets to iridium level, you collect it all, and it is a massive payday. But honestly, by that time in the game, we won't even really need those big paydays like that, but it's still freaking awesome to just see like $400,000 in a day just from selling wine. So, but again, here I am kind of looking way down the road into the future, when we still have so much work to do to get anywhere near that point. Alright, so there's the ladder, but we're going to go over here and get these gold ores first. And then we'll go to the ladder. No ore left behind. That is the policy of this administration. So, just hit them. All right. Let's talk about potential plans for tomorrow. One of the things that I keep forgetting to do is craft a bee house. We have the resources to do it, so I feel kind of silly for not having done it already, because I just think that they're a nice addition to the farm. I'll probably only do one. In fact, I think I only have one maple syrup, which is one of the parts of the recipe for it. But we'll get one of those built and set it up and start our little... It's not going to qualify as a bee empire, a honey empire. It's going to be like 4 or maybe 8 bee houses. And the reason I do multiples of 4, and look at that, we got down here right around 4. That's when Sam's getting off work, and boom, we hit him as he's heading back into town. And now we're going to find a flower to give him. Pretty much everybody likes flowers. They are universal likes. And that doesn't mean everybody likes them. But that's a list that pretty much everybody likes, with maybe one exception for each kind of item. But anyway. So, craft a bee house. We'll probably chop some trees tomorrow. And one of the reasons that I'm talking about maybe doing that is because we will probably also buy the coop tomorrow. And the coop requires 300 wood and 100 stone. Now, Willie wants us to catch 2 puffer fish, which is probably not going to happen, but we'll accept the quest anyway. There's no penalty for not completing those help wanted tasks. So, you know, accept it if you think it's even remotely possible that you could do it. Like, there's some that it's literally impossible for you to complete because you don't have access to whatever they need or are asking for. But there, Haley is now at 8 hearts. And the reason that's relevant is because now, well, it didn't kick off a cutscene like I was hoping. There's one cutscene where she's in her dark room. So she's developing pictures in the closet in her bedroom, and you go in there and you make out. But anyway, I don't remember how or when that cutscene kicks off. But the other thing that 8 Hearts does is now Pierre will offer a bouquet as an item that he sells in his store. You can get the bouquet and give it to the lady that you're courting, and you become girlfriend. And she's like, you know, you give it to her and she's like, oh my gosh, are we doing this? Are we really doing this? And you say, yippers. Will you be my girlfriend? But anyway. Look at all the fiddlehead fern here, y'all. There was one there, there's one up top there, and 3 more over to the left. So, that's pretty interesting. Was this a good luck day? I thought it was like a day where they were annoyed. But, yeah, I mean, because I think I said that we're going to go mining anyway, even though it was a bad luck day. But it might have just been because it's been so long since I've been to the hidden forest down here that they've just been accumulating. So, sometimes there's forageables down there, like on the other side of that little pond, so don't forget to look down there if you care about forageables. Waiting for him to move, and he didn't. And he almost got me there. Not that it mattered. But anyway, what do we need to do the rest of this day? 7:30. I really hope I just kind of head back to the farm and maybe... See, I'm out of energy for the most part. So not a whole lot to be done at this point. And then tomorrow should be a pretty busy day between, you know, crafting the bee house, doing a little bit of watering, chopping some trees, and then going and purchasing the coop. And we want to do it tomorrow because on Fridays, Robin is closed. I think it's Tuesdays and Fridays that Robin is not open. So we've got to remember to do that tomorrow. Now, the one thing that kind of stinks about having the huge backpack is it's like a total brain exercise to empty it out and then put stuff back in where you want it because there's just so much. So I sit there and I look at it, and I'm not the kind of person who tends to like take his time and really think about each one. Sometimes I'll just glaze over one and not do anything with it, even though I should have. But anyway, I don't know why I'm complaining about having the big backpack because it's awesome. Let's be honest. And I got that bait I apparently forgot to put into the crab pots. Whoops. So we'll just pop it in there and deal with it some other time. So we have not done fun fact of the day. And I'm debating whether to do it now or wait until... We'll wait until tomorrow. There's not that much left going on in this day, and I can just buy time by saying a bunch of words that add absolutely zero value to this video, but they do take up time, and that gets me to tomorrow where all of a sudden it's like, oh, it is a new day, the sun is shining, we got stuff to do, got places to go, people to see, and then I've got lots of stuff to talk about, unlike right this moment. So, anyway, let's drop the stuff in the chest here. That spice berry, I should be able to craft a thing of wild seeds, shouldn't I? Oh, you know what happened? I crafted them, and it took the cheaper one, and it saved the cheaper spice berry and used the more valuable one to make the wild seeds. So there's a lesson learned. When you are going to craft wild seeds and you have like 2 spice berries and one's a gold value and one's a regular, put the gold one either in the bin or away somewhere and then make the wild seeds, because if not, it will sometimes, or maybe all the time, use the higher quality one when it doesn't make the wild seeds worth anymore, even though it's a higher quality one. So that is your lesson of the day. Not to be confused with the fun fact of the day, because let's not even put those in the same leg together. I got a bunch of trees and stuff over there that I got to get rid of. It's bothering me, and one of these days I'm just going to say I don't care that I need stuff out of the mines. I want to get rid of, and honestly, even all the grass in the middle of the farm is starting to get overwhelming. And there I'm just kind of looking at the different kinds of fence. See, hardwood is the one that I generally try to build, but we'll just kind of see what we want to do. We'll probably do a lot of that stuff in winter when there's not as much to do in terms of farming, and you can do more along the lines of collecting wood and other resources. So that was a pretty productive day, I feel like. We did really well on our time. How we went mining, and then look at that, almost 8,000 bucks from those melons. Well, some of that was the fiddlehead ferns, but not much. So that's a valuable crop right there, y'all. Although I would have much rather had 5 gold and made $2,000 in melons and knocked out another part of the quality crops bundle, but that did not happen. So, and there you see it's explaining the lightning storms and how to harvest them with the lightning rods or whatever. You know, the beauty of this game is that even if you've never played before, you could learn just about everything you need to know just from paying attention to little details like that. Now, they might not happen right away. Like, you know, it's already well past when the first storm was that they tell you how to build lightning rods and what they do or whatever. But you know, it's not critical that you build them right away. You can build them in the second season, you can build them in the 19th season, or you could never build them. It really doesn't matter. And we got blueberries again, so it's going to be another big payday. We already have over 14,000 bucks, and I feel like each strawberry harvest gets us somewhere in the neighborhood of like 25,000. So we're going to be in pretty good shape for cash here. And that's why buying the coop is not a bad idea right now, because we're going to have plenty of funds to purchase chickens, and then we can probably buy a barn and buy cows and still have money left over. And now I've got, let's see, I have 2 more sprinklers to put down here. Probably put them as far away from the water as I can get them. So, oh, and my star fruit's ready down there, so that's good. Not that it's like, you know, something we had to have for anything, but they are worth a fair amount. We're gonna save this one, and what we will probably do with it is, it might be the first thing we put, actually it'll be the second thing that we put into a keg. Because the first thing we put into a keg is going to be hops to make the pale ale for Pam, because she's been wanting one. And apparently nobody else in town makes pale ale that she can get it from. So the nice thing now too is, with as many sprinklers as I have, I've gotten to where I can water all the crops with one fill up. That's good. And eventually I can water all the crops with no fill-ups, because we're going to have sprinklers everywhere. And I wonder if I should even start talking about or thinking about having more sprinklers than like the 24 plots that we currently have. Or in other words, expanding my crop field farther south. But I don't know if I want to have to spend that much time in the mines to collect all the resources for that many. So that might not happen. You know, what we have now for a field of crops is pretty good. It's going to generate a ton of cash, and it'll be good in the fall in terms of setting us up with a bunch more cash. And then in the winter, I don't want to have to spend all my time mining. You know, I'll mine for the gold and iron to upgrade my tools, but that's about all I want to do. And there's our bee house. Yay! And now the bee house will save another batch of blueberries. We'll try and save 50 from each harvest, and we're saving those for preserves and occasionally wine. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. But there's our wood, and we've got the stone out for the coop upgrade. Our bee house is done, so we can go put that over. I like to put the bee house in front of the stable. So the stable is 4 spaces wide, and for the symmetry, I like to put bee houses 4 wide, so that they line up with that. And then I might have 2 rows of beehives, 1 space apart, so that I can run down the middle and grab all the beehives, or all the honey, in one swipe. So you see there, I left a space on that side, and I might leave a space on the other side down here, or maybe put all of them together and then do a lap around to pick up all the honey. We'll see. Anyway, now we're gonna, like I said, we'll do some chopping of trees, because we're using 300 of our wood for the coop, and that's eating into most of what we had available. So we're gonna need more for other stuff, more tappers. The barn will require wood, the shed will require wood, and those are our next, you know, purchases on the roadmap. The house upgrade requires, what did I say, 450? So we need a bunch of wood. We have a bunch of stone. In fact, one of the things on the to-do list when we have our day later this season where we clean up the farm, one thing we might do is put down some stone path to make it. It does two things. It makes your farm look nicer, and it prevents weeds and branches and grass or whatever from showing up on that spot. So it makes, your seasonal cleanup a whole lot easier because there's less space for those things to populate. So, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, I was making sure that I had all the hearts for Haley or whatever. And I'm thinking, all right, why don't we swing by old Pierre's and see if that bouquet is there so I can ask her to be my girlfriend. Now, Clint is asking for 30 copper ores again. Like, Clint, you... whatever. I just gave you 30 ores. Like, did you lose them? Anyway, we accept it. And we'll probably be able to do it even if we're not trying to do it. Because we'll probably spend some time in the mines. Maybe today after we buy the coop. Yeah, probably today. So anyway, there's the bouquet. It's only 200 bucks. So that's a drop in the bucket. And we're out of here. So let's go down and say hello to... What are we doing? Oh, we're getting the sweet pea there. Now where are we going? I guess we're going to the beach. Oh, because Haley's at the beach. Say hello to Elliot. He's got sand in his shoes. It's like, well, you live on the beach, so... Alex is hanging out down here at the beach in jeans and his Letterman jacket in the middle of summer. I wonder if in the 1.5 update that's coming up, if the town characters will wear different outfits. That would be pretty sweet. So, Eric Barone, if you are listening, maybe that's something that you could throw in there. Seasonal outfits. Like, if Alex is going to hang out at the beach, for a guy that's like all about his physique and always doing his, oh, I gotta do 600 sit-ups today, so my abs are going to be killing me tomorrow. For that kind of guy to be hanging out at the beach wearing pants and a jacket just doesn't make sense. He should be rocking, like possibly even a Speedo, but let's say he's going to have swim trunks and go shirtless, right? Working on his tan. So, anyway, I am excited for the 1.5 update, and seeing as how we're already more than halfway through the summer, and there's not even a release date set yet, it is highly likely that we will have already completed the community center in this playthrough by the time that game is out, or by the time the release is out. And here I'm like, wait a minute, it's Thursday. Where the heck is Robin? And Thursday, the 18th of summer, is the one day a year where Robin goes to the doctor. So she's got her annual checkup. So she's closed today. Now, here's a fact, though, for those of you who have run into this before and been frustrated. Since she is closed today and would normally be closed tomorrow, she is actually going to be open tomorrow. So that is awesome, because now that means I can buy the coop tomorrow. So there you have it. And the only reason I know that, I will tell you this, and this is foreshadowing to tomorrow. The only reason I know that is because tomorrow is Demetrius's birthday, and when I went up to give him his birthday gift, Robin was there behind the counter, and I was like, that's weird. Why is she standing back there? Because it's Friday and she's closed. But she was open, and I was happy, because then I could buy my coop. So tomorrow we do buy the coop, but that is in the next episode, y'all. This episode, we going mining. And I'm going to the iron levels because we need coal. And the first level I come to is the monster level. And I was about to leave, and then I was like, wait a minute. There could be a whole bunch of those little bouncy black dudes and drop a whole bunch of coal here. And sure enough, there you go. There's like an army of them over here. And there's a coal. And then nothing. There's a coal. And nothing. And nothing. So I only got 2 out of it, but it didn't take that much time, and it probably took just as much time as it would for me to have like navigated a regular level and killed all the little black bouncy dudes and then find a ladder. So now we're just making our way back to the ladder, and while we're at it, we'll finish off the rest of the slimes, and there we go. And now we are moving on. So this run is mostly going to be, I'm trying to get coal. Okay, so I will say that so that now that frees me up to do talking about other random stuff, because, you know, you've seen me mine before and you know what's going on. So that brings us to the point in the episode where, since we don't have really any gameplay type stuff to talk about, we are going to have the fun fact of the day. And today's fun fact, or this episode's fun fact, because you might be watching more than one of these in one day, now that I think about it. So, this episode's fun fact is that penicillin was originally referred to as mold juice, because Alexander Fleming, who is the doctor or scientist that discovered penicillin, he was real quirky, okay? And he made this breakthrough by accident. So it's 1928, and he is a bacteriologist. So he studies bacteria. And he left a petri dish in his lab when he went on vacation. And then when he got back, he found that some of the liquid around the mold had killed the bacteria in the dish. And he was like, huh. And that eventually became the world's first antibiotic. So before he named it penicillin, he called it mold juice, because it was the juice or liquid around the mold that killed the bacteria. So there you go. Mold juice. So next time you're going in for, you know, a shot because you've got some sort of, you know, virus or whatever, and you need an antibiotic, say, all right, doc, give me some of that mold juice, and just see what your doctor's reaction is. Anyway, okay, so we got a regular magnet ring as opposed to the small magnet ring that we had before. So now we've got the regular sized glow ring and the regular sized magnet ring, and that's good because that's a pretty good combo. Now, eventually I would like to get the iridium band, which is basically the glow ring and the magnet ring combined into one. So it's awesome. And there are other rings that you can get that give you other perks, like monsters will drop stuff more often when you kill them, and other advantages, but I don't remember what they all are. I feel like the other one that's really good in combo with the iridium band, is the burglar ring. And I think it's because you get more loot with it. When you kill monsters, they drop loot more frequently. And since loot and burglars are kind of associated, that's what they called it. The burglar ring. So we get 50 bucks for that. Not even sure it was worth my time to bring it over here, but whatever. Now it is 6:10. I'm not sure how much I've talked about our plans for the next episode. So let's jump into that real quick. Next episode, first day is going to be Friday the 19th. I already said it's Demetrius's birthday, Um, and he likes fruit, is what the wiki says. So any fruit he likes, in addition to universal likes. But we've got several fruit options in our chest because of our bat cave, so we'll probably give him some fruit. Um, and then it's also traveling cart day, so we will go down there with our fingers crossed that we get a red cabbage. And then we're going to buy the coop, like I said earlier. So I kind of gave you that spoiler already. And what else? We'll probably do some more mining. Unfortunately, we're in a stretch where mining is one of the things that you just unfortunately have to do a bunch of if you're gonna continue to progress towards getting lots of goodies like the sprinklers and such. So you really, if you can have a whole bunch of sprinklers by the start of fall, oh man, it's nice because fall is the most lucrative season. And so the more you can make farming, I was trying to hit that last log with my last swing and I missed it. What a way to end the day. But anyway, if you can spend more time, chopping wood and growing, or going to the mines and getting some more gold and stuff, so that you can upgrade your tools in the winter, it's nice because the sprinklers are doing all the work for you on the farm. All you got to do is plant the crops and then collect them whenever they're ready. So we got enough to make 3 more sprinklers, and we are really making progress on that front. So the farm is starting to come together. We're getting some stuff cleared out there on the western side, like you saw, and we're making a lot of progress on the eastern side in terms of having everything set up for the fall season. What did I do with that other scarecrow? Did I put it in the black chest? The black chest I think of as 2 things. One as the mining chest, and then also as like the crafted goods or crafted hardware chest. So I bet you I put it in there because you can build a scarecrow. But anyway, once I get a shed, I will explain my logic to color coding of um, my chests. But you can kind of figure it out if you're just watching and paying attention, to be honest. If your brain works the way mine works, I should say, which it probably doesn't. So you probably can't figure it out just by watching. So anyway, we're getting organized here so that we can dump some stuff into the shipping bin. We'll put those sprinklers down, and then we will hit the sack, and that'll do it for this episode. So as we kind of wind down here, I will remind you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you have not done so already. Shame on you. And then continue to post comments below. This is, we encourage commentary because everybody watching this is probably doing so to just kind of get ideas at how to get better at this game. Accidentally put the sprinkler down right there. And again, so comments below will allow other people to maybe pick up on a few things that can help them down the road. So anyway, we are almost done with 3 rows of sprinklers. So again, making a bunch of progress. And now I can probably get through 2 days of watering without having to fill up my can. So that's good. But that will do it for this episode. I, again, appreciate everybody watching. Oh, I will say right here at the end, I think this is it. Okay, level 8 farming. There's the keg. And is that all? Yeah, that's all. All right, we will see y'all next time. Lots of money there. Love it. Later.